We're going to see, is it going to be which projectile player is going to do better? Is it going to be Snake, who kind of can get up in your face as well? Or is it going to be Richter, who's just going to keep Snake at bay for forever?
So Snake's grenades can nullify the cross that Richter throws out, and also he doesn't really have to deal with Richter's whole ledge trap thing because he can recover high almost all the time. But if Richter ever gets Snake in a bad position, he can just keep him there for so long.
Yeah, definitely something to point out, and him recovering high just there, like you mentioned. You know, so clearly Storm a little aware of how to deal with it. Great grab. Are we going to see the edge guard the down air? That was so good. Storm has to do one more. Is Nikita going to be enough? Not able to find its mark. I like that catch.
It can be a little risky because you're putting yourself out there, but a nice read with the roll into the up tilt. Blows himself up for a little bit of motivation.
There we go. He wants to get higher. He's like, look, I'll wait out your intangibility from above. Can we talk about that up tilt setup, how genius it was? The Nikita dropped the grenade put there, backed up, punished the roll, and right now Storm has such a good handle on this matchup.
For sure. He's running away with this right now.
Who did he play with?
Yeah, now there he is, but Snake being very heavy, he's Squidplumber is going to need to hit with a strong move to take the stock.
Yeah, and like, I mean, it's no secret that clearly Storm very aware of how to play this matchup. Even there, parrying the last hit of the Nair so that he could potentially get an opening. Really loving what I'm seeing from him.
Okay, I'm liking a good job of avoiding the grenades as much as possible. It's just that he's not been able to close out the stock quite yet.
And that's the name of the game, especially against a character like Snake. Someone this heavy with the solid recovery, you really need to take his stock. Because unfortunately, just trading with him percent blow for blow is never going to work out for you, unless you're like Bowser maybe.
And one hit off stage is going to seal the deal for Squidplumber's last stock, and we've seen SD by Storm. Okay. That's one way to take stocks.
His percent was too high, I feel that. He was like, I don't want you to get motivation for taking my stock, so I'll do it myself. We'll see what Squidplumber can do if he can make some adjustments. You know, really the projectiles aren't working out for him, so I don't know if maybe he should try to use a couple more F-tilts maybe, something of that nature. But he's not winning this projectile war against Storm.
Yeah, the F-tilts can definitely get Snake in trouble. Snake has counterplay to it, like, because his crouch is so low to the ground, he can duck underneath the forward tilt. But Squidplumber's going to need to do something differently right now.
Yeah, and at least if you can make him, you know, duck, you now maybe open him up to a couple other options. Because right now he doesn't need to do anything. He doesn't need to change anything. And obviously there's no universal answer, but your job is to, you know, make it at least more difficult for your opponent to potentially give yourself some other openings. Yeah, set up the out of shield. We're going to see up air attempt? No, he just, you know, kind of goes to the side. Not really juggling Snake as much as maybe you want to if you are going against him. But he is still tagging on damage.
Doesn't have very good air mobility, like to the sides, but up air or Richter's up air is very hard to hit either way because it's so tiny.
Yeah, but he's a Richter main, man. You gotta hit them up. Is that it? No, he's still here. Okay. If the first one misses, just go for it again. And then we're seeing kind of, you know, one of the major issues. How do you close out the stock? Yeah, you have Snake at 162, but for you to get in that range, you're in jeopardy of dying to an up tilt.
Yeah, I feel like Squidplumber is going to need to do a much better job at placing his holy waters because they haven't been very good at all in this game. He's been landing them on platforms when Storm hasn't been near them instead of on the ledge.
But the problem is Snake is a saint. Okay, that holy water doesn't need to hit him. He's like, I already got Jesus, I don't need any more. And dash attack gonna be enough to do it. 2 stock from Storm, and only stock he lost was actually a self-destruct, but he seems to clearly understand this matchup very, very well from what we've seen in game number 1.
Yeah, Squidplumber is definitely going to need to do a much better job of pinning down Snake, which is kind of weird to say because Snake doesn't have a lot of mobility, but he does have like these niche movement options in his crouch to move around these projectiles.
Yeah, kind of burst options, if you will, like dash attack. His arms are intangible, it's very quick. Crouch isn't the fastest, but like you said, it is, you know, an unorthodox movement option that Snake does have at his disposal. So we will see. I mean, I don't know how to pin Snake down, other than get him in the air, juggle him, maybe go for some spikes, but, you know, the Belmonts don't really have reliable spikes. And maybe you want to jug him, but as you mentioned, it's really hard to hit with that up air.
Yeah, the big brain play would be to actually pick Simon, because his holy water blows up the grenades, whereas Richter's doesn't, because Simon's is fire base and Richter's isn't. And start using holy water to create walls, and then try and pin down Snake that way.
You try and DM him real quick, let him know. Try and break the bracket.
Well, we'll see if he's just a Simon. Maybe he's listening in.
Got him, collusion.
No. He did listen to me. All right, hear me out. He did listen to me. He picked it before I even said it, so I didn't coach him.
Collusion. He officially owes you half of the profits. Whatever he gets, half of that's Jalen's.
But we're not seeing any holy waters quite yet. We're seeing a lot of crosses, though.
He doesn't want it to be obvious. Come on, man. No. But,
yeah, I don't know about that accent neutral. It's very slow, and the arcs lets Snake have a free dash attack.
Something I'm a little concerned about is he throws out a lot of up Bs that aren't hitting. If Storm gets wind, maybe he's just gonna run to that position, bait out the up B, and just keep punishing it over and over, you know? Force Storm to stop that is looking at a viable option. Like right there, for example. Even though it was hit by a grenade, he just held his shield. I don't know, man.
No punish.
I mean, Light does make it a little more difficult because there are platforms everywhere. I don't know if that's quite going to be enough.
Yeah, the grenade not being able to get through the holy water.
Oh, I thought that was going to be huge if he could find that opening. You know, Storm really went out there trying to force the edge guard, put himself in a really compromising position. But fortunately for him, he was not punished by Squidplumber, but fantastic up B to meet him at the top of the screen right there.
Very good call out. Definitely needed that to seal that with stock. And is he dead? No, barely makes it back.
Oh, that shield?
It's so tiny.
Is the Skittle going to be enough? Oh my, I like that. You know, put out the Nikita, kind of go the obvious route, but not commit to it. So you can swing it back around and, you know, punish Squidplumber for doing the quote-unquote correct option in that scenario. Got this set up. Nice. Grab as well. Reset the situation. Tried to get that double jump. Was pixels away from hitting it.
Yeah, I was going to say that the down throw to border is not a true combo at that person, but he might have been going for that double jump.
I like that. Okay. And I mean, Squidplumber's looking significantly better. Whether it's adjustments or the stage change, you know, Storm definitely has his work cut out for him at the moment.
I know one thing for sure. It's definitely not coaching that's making him do much better.
Oh man, Jalen, half of it. No.
Wow, he calls it out again.
Another one. Wow. Yeah.
Better. I'm surprised that this is a good stage for Belmonts, because Snake loves the stage as well.
I do think part of it is oh my god, he's playing pinball with him. What? Part of it does look like Storm is a bit frustrated, if you will, and not as confident as he was earlier. You know, that was kind of indicative of when we saw him standing right beside Squidplumber, holding his shield up, and he didn't grab him. You know, game one, he was grabbing that all day. Now, not so much, and maybe that's, you know, what Squidplumber needed, just to make Storm a little flustered.
Ooh, that axe right into his chest. Storm was doing a much better job game one at camping out Squidplumber, but didn't really do it that much that game, and it didn't turn out very well for him. As on top of getting his recoveries read with just raw uppies in the middle of the stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's way better. Just, I mean, there's not much to say.
I mean, because Snake doesn't have very much options from the ledge. He's forced to recover high. And Squidplumber called him out twice that game, recovering high and not air dodging. So he just killed him with uppy super early and was able to take out 2 of those stocks that way.
Yeah,
So
hopefully he can duplicate it for him, you know, if he is indeed a fan. I mean, I'm sorry, if you are indeed a fan of Squidplumber, you know, you're going to be rooting for him to do it again, but Storm's going to have something to say about this, that's for sure.
for sure. I expect to see a big wide stage where Storm is able to camp, and then I kind of want to see him camp again. I don't know if it'll work that well because it seems like Squidplumber has been catching on to using holy water in neutral to try and block grenades, but Snake is able to lob it over those holy waters.
I mean, I guess it's going to be a question for Storm. Has he seen that tactic before, and if he knows how to evade that? Because he looked prepared for a lot of scenarios. Game number 1, in game number 2, we saw him kind of getting trapped on the ledge, and a lot of things were definitely working out for Squidplumber.
And Snake off stage, forced to recover low. This is pretty rough for Storm right now. Does not catch him with the raw uppy.
Goes for it again, but both of them go unpunished. It's huge. Liking the F tilts.
Storm hasn't really been punishing any of these uppies.
Yeah, no, it's really weird because it seems something that is a little obvious, if you will. So it's like, hey, these flagrant uppies, they're just coming out. You at some point gotta just be prepared to punish it.
Storm making his way back. And he got the percents.
86 to 139, not a bad spot, but the axe just hitting those feet.
Can't jump at Simon like that, especially with Snake.
Yeah, unless you're Jordan. And I mean, call it what it is, man. Snake did not look like he would make it in the NBA.
Hey, man.
He might be a football player.
That's why he's a special ops.
Oh, what the? He just really ran into his face and threw the axe. Like, that was the most disrespectful axe I've seen in my life.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of play he was going for there.
Yo, that was the Omega, like, yo, I bet you're joking.
That was almost so clean by Storm. He did a C4, he blew him up with a C4 and almost sticking him in the hit stun.
That would have been wild. Another lead does come about for Squidplumber. You know, even though Storm did a fantastic job of kind of tying it up, the lead is slipping away again, but that up B just went straight into the air. Storm not carrying it all. Gets some much needed damage.
Gotta shield those grenades. That
What are we gonna see? Nothing! He tried to big brain it too much. You know, that's analysis paralysis. It was one of those. Like, I don't know which option to go for. Okay, makes it to like safely as well. Okay, I'm liking the F tilt. I mean, clearly Squidplumber is getting a much better handle on how to keep Snake at bay. Because before, Storm was just running at him, and he's like, I have no idea how to stop you. But now, Storm's definitely struggling to get in.
But being a little bit too aggressive there, instead of sticking to his game plan, he just ran right into that falling C4.
Yeah, and what a way to lose your stock. What a way to now have to try to make the comeback when Storm is shown, that he just will catch axes all day with his chest. All right. He was clearly not a football player either. They say catch with your hands, not with your chest. Really anyone's game right now. You know, game number 3. A stage that really could favor either character, if you will. You did mention that Storm is probably going to go to a nice large stage, try to kind of camp out Squidplumber, but the camping out's not really working out as well as one might expect.
Yeah, well, it's been rushing down the Simon has been working out pretty well because it seems like Squidplumber likes to throw out these axes in neutral for some reason, and the arc just lets Snake have a free punish every single time. As long as he doesn't jump into it like he usually is.
Yeah, and catch it with his chest again. Gonna be 91% put onto Storm right now, which, you know, is not the worst position to be in as Snake. Still probably about 30-40% away from really being in jeopardy of dying, but unfortunately for Squidplumber, he's in jeopardy of dying right now.
Yeah, especially right now, off stage for
Key to
Snake.
edge guard. Oh, air dodge. Is he gonna be able to beat? Oh,
barely
he
makes
caught
it.
it. I didn't even know he could reach. He wants no more smoke. He's like, I don't want to fight anymore, man. That was scary. That was terrifying.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost there. The grenade's gonna blow up. The up B not gonna take the stock, but definitely alleviated a lot of pressure.
There's the forward tilt. This is so close.
It is. The axe comes through, not able to find his mark grenade. Alleviates some pressure on Storm's end this time.
All right. Now this is on Storm to not catch these axes.
Is he gonna be able to land? Squidplumber does make it down. Dash attack and the up B out of shield. Not enough still because Storm is just such a heavy character right now.
Yeah, that up B is like, oh, that's it.
Oh, that's it. Down to the wire, but you know, at the end of it, Storm finding that clutch grab to actually confirm it to the up tilt. That was fun. That was a fun way to start the bracket off.
Yeah, that went down to the wire, like both at 160% last stock, last hit, game 3. Yeah, it's been great.